Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the second episode of the Con Hour. And today we're going to have a special guest with us who's an indie song singer and songwriter. His name's Marty Ray. And just to let you know before we get started, the Con Hour is not about cons, but basically what we're doing is trying to bring Comic Con panels to you as an individual. And hopefully at the end of the show, you'll be able to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, we're going to have specials with patrons where you get special rewards for each every 3 months. So go ahead and join that if you're interested, and you'll also be able to help decide on special guests that we're actually going to have to pay for eventually. But we do want to bring that to y'all. So let's get started today with Marty Ray. Marty Ray, hello. How are you doing today?
What's up? Doing great, man. God is good.
Well, we know that you're an indie singer and songwriter. So how did you get involved in music?
I just came out of the womb singing. Could always do it.
Well, was there anything that really drove you to it?
Actually, everything was driving me away from it. It's a miracle that I ended up in music, because I had plenty of people telling me that it was not a way to make money, that you couldn't do it professionally. It was too competitive of an industry, and it just never would happen. I needed to get a job in a factory or whatever I had to do. And then I had other people telling me I couldn't sing. So there was a lot of things driving me away from music more than driving me to it. So it was kind of like God just wanted me to do it. That's the only way I can explain it, because fast forward years and years later, after that, hold on, I'm sorry. I'm going to keep talking, but somebody's walking up to my house. I'm trying to.
Well, with all that going on,
Sir, I'm sorry. You have to excuse me for just a second.
Okay, be on hold for a moment here. Well, while we're waiting on him to get on it, how about y'all? Are y'all going to have any questions for him, or what do y'all have? Anything? And don't forget, please also join my group. We'll be able to get that. That is actually at the Con Hour on Facebook. Great place to get these shows live. And hopefully he'll return shortly. Has somebody walking up to him. Let's see if I can find a post here. But also to let y'all know what might be coming up next week, I have DegaCom, which looking forward to speaking with them. They're going to be having their first ever Comic-Con in Dayton, Texas. There's going to be some special stuff that we'll be talking about on next week's episode. Hopefully I'll be able to really enjoy that. Right there's Marty Ray. And let me see if I can find this. And here we go. Get something going for y'all while we're waiting. This could be a few minutes. Here we go. And we're waiting for him to return. I see movement.
Oh man, I am so sorry.
That's okay.
I literally had somebody walking up to my house that I thought they were going. They didn't have a car or nothing. I thought they were going through my packages on my porch, and I was like, "What in the world's going on here?"
Oh,
anyway,
wow.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry about that. I know this is live for the first hour, so that's kind of awkward, but that don't typically happen. Anyway, what was the question? I'm so sorry, sir. How unprofessional.
Well, this is definitely a first for our show, even though we've only had 2 episodes and an introduction episode. But
well, hey, I'm glad that I get to be the most memorable episode of all then.
Well, like I said, your involvement in music.
I'm sure you can cut that out, hopefully.
You never know.
Leave it in.
But your involvement in music and how you got into it.
That's what it was. Yeah, so then I had all those people telling me that it was a pipe dream, that it wasn't something that I should do or could do. And so for many years, I didn't even think it was a possibility, and wasn't even going to try to go after it. And then in 2005, I got a Apple MacBook, and on that Apple MacBook, it had a GarageBand. It's a software where you record yourself, and I started just loading that up and recording myself, and I thought, this is pretty cool. I don't even have to go to a studio to record myself. So I got with my cousin. He'd already had a condenser mic because he had been recording some stuff. So then we were working on a song at the church. We used the pastor's office as a vocal booth, and I wanted to get something done. I said, just pick a song that I don't know, that I haven't heard, and he picked Great Speckled Bird. I had never heard anybody sing that, so that was really the first time I'd ever really heard my own voice, and God showed me my own voice. And after that, I posted a video. A lot of people seemed to like it, and I said, you know what? If it's what you want me to do, Lord, and I'm going to keep making videos, and you bring the fruit to it. And that's exactly how it's been from that day forward. Everything that I've done, I put forth the effort, and God honors the effort. And that's all. That's the only tricks I know. Literally.
Well, I've also seen that you actually write your own music.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Been writing since I was 12. I wrote my first song when I was 12 years old. My brother's friend was playing the piano, and I just started singing. And he said, what song was that you were singing? I said, I was just making that up. He goes, oh, we need to write that. So we wrote it. And I always say, if I could get a hold of that song today, I'd have my first platinum hit. But I don't even know what the song was, nor what it was about.
So do you have demos where people can purchase that from you, or is it just everything on YouTube right now?
No, I definitely have. I've released 3 albums, 3 full albums. Well,
and
2 full albums, 1 EP, and I got a new album on the way coming this year.
And where would they be able to get those?
Anywhere music's consumed, it's there.
Oh. Well, on the writing part, do you find it difficult or easy, or, does it come naturally to you?
The melody and lyrics come naturally. That's something I've never learned, and I don't even know if I'm good at it, but some people seem to like what I do. So I've not won any awards as far as big time stuff. I've won a few independent awards with my songs, but as far as having #1 hits and things like that, I've never had that. So I can't say that I have a resume that says, hey, look at me. I'm a great songwriter in that regard, but I enjoy what I do. And that is, that's the first important thing, is if you enjoy it. So I enjoy it, and there's other people that enjoy some of the songs that I make. And so to me, that makes me successful. And I like that. But yeah, the lyrics and melody come naturally. The music, not so much as far as playing it. But when I get into a studio, if I have some talented musicians like CJ Wilder, who works with me a lot, I can tell them exactly what I want to hear. and they can play it. So all my tracks, I'm the one that produced those tracks, meaning I was in the studio telling each musician exactly how I wanted to hear it. So,
well, not many people have actually had the experience of being in a studio. I actually have, and it's very quite interesting. Can you tell the people what your experience of being in the studio is?
yeah, I love my favorite part about music is actually being in the studio. That's the truth in my case. Some people don't like it, but that's my favorite part because I get to actually bring my tracks to life, and I get to see them come to life like Frankenstein. This it had the bones of it and had the idea of it and had a bunch of voice memos in the phone of it. But then I go into the studio, I got these bad musicians in there, and I got the engineer there, and I say I want to do this and I want to do that, and then it comes together, and it sounds so beautiful. So to me,
Well, I know from my experience, I mean, I was in a room by myself, but it was more for voice acting. But for you, this was back in the 90s, but do they still separate the musician from the instruments?
you talking about like a vocal booth, the singer from the instruments?
Yes.
They definitely do that, yeah. But if you're tracking live, if you're all going down at the same time, most people don't do that. I do that. So, but I have the way our studio is. I'm in a vocal booth, but I can see all the players. I can see them. They can see me, even though I'm in a glass vocal booth. But most people don't. Most people just record a scratch vocal in the actual control room while the musicians are going down getting the music done. Then later, after the music is done, they go into the booth solo and do it just to the track that was created. But I don't do that. I go down live. Most of the songs you hear on my album are actually live all together. The band went down together.
Well, the other thing that I know during this time of pandemic, things have been hard, but you were actually able to do a show, I think, last month in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, Florida's open, so I'll probably be going back there a lot.
Yeah. Have you had anything else come up for shows where you might be going soon, or?
Yeah, well, we've always done the majority of what we've done in live shows has always been private shows and events. That's what we've done the majority of. So those are starting to pick back up now, come back around, and which is a blessing. But as far as live public shows, I've not really done too many of those in my entire career because I hate selling tickets. So, I don't want to, even if I get my money up front, which has happened many times, they'll pay me up front. Then it's their job to sell the tickets, which it actually is their job, the venue's job to sell the tickets. But if enough tickets don't get sold, then I feel bad. I feel bad that I didn't sell enough tickets for them. So I don't like that whole thing. Private parties are good because you got a built-in audience. The audience is there, and that's all that's supposed to be there. Same with an event. The people that are there, it's all you. You didn't have any. It was not your job to bring any of those people there. So I enjoy that better with that. It's a lot less stress. Put it that way.
Well, the other thing is, let's go into stereotypes because I've actually seen this. People are thinking you're from Nashville, you got the long beard, you got the hat on, you're going to be singing bluegrass or country, but you actually do more than just bluegrass or country. You have a wide variety.
Yeah, it's funny because everybody, no matter what I sing, I'll get a few comments that say, I never would have thought I'd like this country. Because they say, I don't even listen to country, but I like this. And sometimes I'll reply and say, you still don't know if you like country because I ain't singing this country. Like they'll say it about Ice Ice Baby or One Day, No Woman, No Cry, things like that. And I'm not doing those country. They just think it's country because there's an acoustic guitar and a fat bearded man. That's what they think.
But yeah, I do know the stereotype well. Being in Texas, got the beard, I live out in the country. Oh, it's definitely gonna be country. But like I'm an author, so they're gonna think, oh, you just write westerns. No, I write fantasy fiction. Yes, I do have westerns,
Mm-hmm.
but I got a wide variety of range.
Right on.
And that's
Where can I
like
get your
you.
books?
What's that?
Where can I get your books?
You can actually get them on Etsy, or you can actually get them through me, and then I can ship them to you.
So they ain't on Amazon yet?
Oh, they're on Amazon, but if you want them signed, you'd have to go through me.
I got you. Right on.
But yeah, all my books are on Amazon. You can actually order them at Barnes and Noble as well if you wanted to, if you go to
Right
the
on.
store.
How long you been doing that? Writing?
I've been writing for, 5 years now? I think 5, maybe 6. Got 3 awards. My first
3
one is
awards.
for book cover of the year, and then book cover of the month, and then I got best young adult western in Texas.
Right on, man. Congratulations.
Thank you. But with more of the music going on, I know music is a big part of people's lives. Do you do it for inspiration? Do you try to do it to inspire people?
Well, the main goal is to just do to be doing what the Lord put me here to do, and I think that I'm finally doing that now. But I need to make money too, so I'm not going to be one of these people that says, "Oh, I just do it for the art, for the love of music," because that's not the truth. I do it because first it starts with the love of music. I still love music, but I want to move people and help people. I actually pray every day that God will use the gifts He gave me to help people to battle depression or whatever, fear, anxiety, worry, whatever they're dealing with. But people think that you can do this for free and still do it full time. You can't do it. It's impossible. So you have to make a living. So you have to sell music. You have to get your streams. You have to sell merchandise. That's why we have merchandise, at MartyRayProject.com. But you have to make money somehow. And it's funny because any music I've ever loved, I was willing to spend money on. Because if something moves you, people will pay for a waiter. They'll give a tip to a waiter for bringing their food, or they'll pay for a psychiatrist or a doctor or whatever. But then when music, they'll say, man, this song right here saved my life, or this song right here, it lifts me up when I'm down. That should be worth something. You know what I mean? If all the other things are worth something. So
Definitely. It's like they pay monthly for iTunes. So
right.
You're actually paying for the music, and then part of that goes to the artist. If it's anything like Amazon, it's like we don't get the full amount, but we do get a portion.
Yeah, part of the streaming thing does come to the artist. It's not much, but it's something.
Is it like for an author, like if they do Kindle Unlimited and they can read our books for free, what they call free, but they pay monthly, we get paid a very little amount per page? Do y'all get paid like per minute of the song?
I don't think so. It just goes by stream. So if it counts as a stream, it gives me my percentage.
Okay, so that's how that works for anybody that's interested in getting into that, so they have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, your music's your love and your passion. What about putting emotion into a song? How difficult is that?
If you feel the song, it's not difficult at all. I feel if I do a song, it don't matter. It can be Baby Shark. I'll sing it to where I feel it in some way. It'll get me emotional in some way, whether it's tearing up or feeling sad or feeling a little angry, a little or happy, or even comedy, like laughing. So the songs I do make me, when I do them the way that I do them, they make me feel something, or I wouldn't do them.
Well, here's a question for you, because it's been actually going around the internet for everybody, or at least Facebook anyway. What is the song that if you hear it come on the radio, that you just have to turn it up? crank it up?
Well, I don't really listen to radio anymore. I haven't listened to terrestrial radio in a long time. I mean, I can't even tell you when last time I listened to terrestrial radio. But if I did, and some Al Green came on or something, I'd definitely Love and Happiness. Let's Stay Together. These type of songs I got to listen to. Keith Whitley, I'm going to listen to him if he comes on. Charlie Daniels, B.B. King, Elvis. I'm going to crank a little Elvis up if he comes on. There's just several people, you know what I mean? But as far as one song, of course, if my own song came on, I'd crank that up. let that roll out.
If you heard it on the radio, I bet you'd be extremely excited.
I would. I think that's very special.
Now, most of the people, I think you do have a lot of stuff on YouTube.
Yep.
And going to Facebook, where can they find you on Facebook and on YouTube?
You can find me anywhere that there's a social media or music or streaming or anywhere that there's anything to interact with online. It's going to be at Marty Ray Project. And then my website is martyrayproject.com. I even have a podcast called the Marty Ray Project Chats. So I'm everywhere.
Well, have you ever thought about going to conventions like Comic Cons? If they were to invite you, how would you present
100%
yourself?
I'd go. Sure, I'd go.
Because I know they bring in wrestlers and artists and actors. Have you ever looked into music conventions?
No, I ain't never looked into a music convention. I've definitely have played several festivals. As far as a music convention, I don't know if they're ran the same way as Comic Cons. I have been to a couple of Comic Cons actually back in the day. I used to have a channel on YouTube where I would do unboxing and stuff like that. And we used to get these boxes in that was like Marvel and DC and whatnot. And because that was the channel's content, we were going to these Comic Cons. But it was mainly, I think I went to one in Mississippi near Oxford, and I went to the Memphis Comic Con a couple of times. So, but as far as that's about the extent of my Comic Cons. But yeah, I would go if they asked me to come. I'm gonna come, especially if they're paying.
Well, that's up to the coordinators. But what's one piece of advice that you would like to give people who are interested in getting into music and in writing? We may have lost. Well, everybody, either he lost stream or I lost stream, one or the other. Anyway, just to let y'all know, I will be hosting DegaCom next Saturday, April 17th. Hope to see y'all there. That will be at 10 a.m. We are changing our times from 1 p.m. to 10 a.m. Yep, we definitely lost him. And you will also be able to see me in July at Comic Conroe, and I do hope to see y'all there. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed today's show. Maybe we'll get them back. But until then, y'all have a wonderful